My favorite memories of Christmas as a child all centered around the festivities of Christmas. A lot of people may not know this, but my father was a butcher, and having been born in the 1960s, where eating pork was popular, maybe it still is today, but the preparation for Christmas all centered around the meal and what was going to be prepared, the pork leg, the ham. But for our family, it was that preparation in terms of getting things ready. As a butcher, my father would spend that whole week collecting animals and planning to slaughter animals for other people who would have raised an animal to get their Christmas package, and they would have had that meat pre-sold. But my father, being the butcher, would have to be the one who would register the slaughtering of that animal. And I have some fond memories of participating in those activities with it. Well, being one of 10, actually being the eighth of 10, it was always a exciting time. Everybody had chores to do. Everybody had to meet their deadlines, and you go back to the old time days of talking about preparing around the house and painting and getting the marl and spreading it down and making it outside white for Christmas. Man, those were the times. It was a hive of activity in our house, as all of my eldest siblings and my dad were all members of the St. Stephen's Choir. So this would have been a time where daily it would seem as though they were always at rehearsal, always practicing for the various Christmas programs. And my father, as he was known to have, had a very big bass voice, and would have been a member of many of the choirs that would have performed around Christmas. So it always was an exciting time seeing them go and come, and always out late and always involved in some part of the festivities for Christmas recitals. I was born in Cave Hill, and right at the corner, if you look by the stoplights of Heinz Hill and University Hill, there's an old building there. That was actually a corn mill, and we had the land, and my mother used to plant the corn, and according to the reggae man, she used to plant the corn and we used to reap the corn, but then we had to take the corn to the corn mill, and that's how you get your Guinea corn flour and your regular corn flour. And she is now ready to make all these delicacies, starting with, of course, independence and the conkeys, but morphing off into the pone, and then into the jug and the whole Christmas fair. It really made it special for us. If you want to talk about having friends over, my parents always insisted that they knew our friends, and for them it was a way of knowing what kind of company we were keeping. But my friends were always welcome at the house. Of course, we had some little tricks as children as well, because my father had a rum barrel, and he and his friends would always get the rum from the rum barrel. But whenever it became empty, we used to fill it back with water, and we had our own special celebration then.